And we're gonna have a backup anyways. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for attending our meeting. Sadly, as per last time, only 4 people showed up. It seems to be a very common occurrence. I have an exclusion from Mr. Marks, so he is perfectly fine. How this is going to happen is I am going to bring you guys up here one by one. You guys are going to state whatever your issues are, comments are, concerns are. I think those are all pretty much the same thing. All right. I would like to. Oh, Mr. Downey, you're first.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yibbers.
All right. Uh, I don't got that many of things to really say. Um, I'd say one of the biggest things for the people who are in here, when you pull somebody over, just try to be like try to go with the nice route and the very calm and easy route first. Um, don't go straight to being very like strict and I need this and I need that. Even though there's like if it's a lawful order and they have to give it to them, say it would be very nice if you would give this to me. Just like de-escalation stuff. Uh, I think other than that, I don't really have any. I wouldn't say I really have any concerns. Uh, that's about it. Oh, also the other night, there was like this one dude in the car and this one dude on the bike, and they're going well over. Or I don't know if it was well over, but they were definitely going over 160 miles an hour. And for the server, once you go over 160, that's you can't go over 160. So if you're chasing them and they go over that, just terminate it. It doesn't matter if you're lower in the ranks. If they're going over 160, terminate it because you're going to get yourself in trouble if you go as fast as they are and try to catch them. Yeah, you could say you're trying to get them, but at the same time, you don't have to follow them. At that point, it's dangerous speed. So uh, that's really all I could come up with off the top of my head.
All right. I think I broke Craig. He doesn't want to record. All right. I will put you back down, Mr. Bale. You're welcome to come up here and speak your items.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't really have any concerns or anything to really say.
Okay. You got anything you want to praise about the department or anything?
Um, I like why they're bringing in a lot more people. That's pretty good for the department.
Right, right. That it is. That it is. All right. Mr. Peterson was going to type his concerns and whatnot. So I will bump you down to the audience and I will bring Mr. Cope up here. He is new to our server here in our department, but I will welcome anything he has to ask or say or all that fun stuff.
All right. Well, as the sheriff has said, I'm new to the department, and so far I'm enjoying it. Um, we'll see how it goes, and come up with something maybe for the next one.
Alrighty. And I bump you back down. Where does it? I wanna. Well, I don't know how to get it so you guys can raise your hands if anything pops up. So, we're going to cover the announcement that was made last night. Peterson will get to that in a moment. So the announcement we made yesterday, one, the one I made a couple days ago is about our radio. Well, when you guys are in game, we are going to be in the radio in game. We're going to be scanning MPD and WSP. This way we can hear all their stuff if they need assistance. And we're just going to not scan fire. If dispatch is on, just turn your scanning off, and dispatch will relay to every channel that they're supposed to be relaying information to per the 911 calls. It was requested to do that by Mr. Willis, so we're going to give it a go because he says that's more realistic to how it's done IRL. I guess sheriffs can hear state and city on their radio. It's not like that where I live, but maybe something's different. Where I live, county hears county, and that's it, unless state asks to be brought over. But anyways, that's whatever. So the memorandum we announced yesterday, the unmarked vehicles, quite honestly, I'm sick of seeing them. IRL MCSO does not have very many unmarked vehicles. They do have some, don't get me wrong, but they are more so brought out for investigations and undercover work than they are for patrol. So please stop using them. Us command members will issue to whom can use the unmarked vehicles when a situation is thought necessary to have them used. And it doesn't matter even in your subdivision if it states you can use it. We have pretty much overridden all rulings on unmarked vehicles. For CID, you will only activate underneath the dictation of the command because it is not a patrolling division. It is an as-needed division until the server grows more. We can't have it as a patrolling division because we don't have enough murders and stuff going on. And most times when you guys are activated, you're going to be showing up to the scene in your patrol car first anyways. You still shouldn't be going to unmarked vehicles or any of the CID vehicles. But if something goes down, you're investigating it, you're welcome to use the CBPI, the FPIU, and the FPIS when necessary. Fooker, can you move, please? You're sitting where I need to sit. Thank you. I'm just going to move. All right, again, on a de-escalation, please de-escalate the scenes as much as you can. Don't get out of your car, walk up to their car, and demand them to get out of their vehicle, pull your weapon. Don't do any of that. We're trying to de-escalate things as possible. Now, if they're cocking an attitude at you, I do understand it's going to push your buttons. It's going to make you want to escalate that situation, but please don't. Please just let it go over your shoulder. Just act like you never heard it. Just be like, sir, please step out of the vehicle. I need you to step out of the vehicle so we can have a conversation. You do have to be a little bit careful in your wording because you say please or would you mind. It's not a lawful order. If you state that, sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle or you must step out of the vehicle, that is, per layman's wording, now a official order, and they should be listening to that. Otherwise, it is another charge. I read that last night when I was doing some other penal code updating. Speaking of penal code, if you guys know of any law that you are trying to, I guess the terminology would be charge somebody with, I will make a channel in here, or if I don't have it made up by the time you think of something, make a ticket. Let me know what you would like the charge to be. I will see if it is a thing in Wisconsin, and I will add it to our penal code, and I will let you know what charge number it is. I did some reworking on the open carry laws and felon in possession of firearm law. The felon one I added, and I just reworded the open carry stuff because Wisconsin does allow open carry. The way it was worded in there is like we're not allowing a period, but they do. If not, I should be in jail. But anyways, for scene involvement, that part of the memorandum was aimed at our deputies showing up on the scene and then for some reason taking over other departmental scenes. Like if MPD was on scene primary of whatever was going on, our guys are showing up and telling them to piss off. Please do not do that. Let them run their scene and take control of their scene. That way everyone gets their thing. On that note as well, if one of their members are there, they are primary, and then they have to leave for an IRL situation, and they tell you to take over, whoever got in trouble now just gets a free pass, because if it goes to court, the person that pulled them over is the one that has to write the report, has to have the charges. It can't be given to another officer unless like the officer was down, but we're not going to get into that deep of an IRL situation for a game. So basically, like if someone leaves for a fire call and they were primary on scene, and they tell you to take over, that person just they get a free pass for that situation. Now, if you pull them over 10 minutes later for the same thing, all right, now you got it. But also on that note, don't be letting the people go and then immediately pulling them over, trying to seek them out because you know they're breaking the law. That's considered metagaming. We do not like that per our server guidelines, and it's just not proper roleplay. Radio communication, please, for the love of God, keep it to all necessary radio traffic. Anything that relates to your scene, don't be calling people out. Don't be snickering over the radio. What I mean by calling people out is don't be um, using the Discord names for them or picking on them over the radio. That's not what it's meant for. It's meant for all scene information like pursuits, if they've got guns, asking questions related to being a cop for did this guy happen to have this or happen to have that? Otherwise, if you're going to snicker at someone or call them out on something, do it face to face or get in a Discord voice chat with them. But do be careful. The server is considering any voice chat not using the civilian radio or talking in game or the cell phone in game as metagaming. So do be careful what you are doing when you are in those voice chats. I can't really put a stop to it, and I've talked to them about it, and that's just their feelings, is it's metagaming because we do provide you ways to chat in the game, so please use them. I haven't heard anything about this ride-along situation. I did have a supervisor ask me if we allowed them. We do allow them, but you need to contact command first, and it needs to be like an arranged thing. Like we have to run their background, make sure they're not a criminal. It's not just to willy-nilly let everyone have a ride-along. It's not how it works IRL. You have to have a background check, all that fun stuff, and that's what I'm trying to do here is have this be as realistic to the real Milwaukee County Sheriff as I can. I don't live in Milwaukee County, but I've sold plenty of their cars and talked to plenty of other people that I have an understanding of how they work, and I can call some people that live in that area and chat with them. So the ride along, it's got to be approved by us. They got to have the background check, and then okay, fine, you can give them a ride along if we approve it. Now, if a civilian needs a ride because their car got towed or something, you're willing to give them a ride to the next gas station or sheriff's office, somewhere that they can get an Uber to that is safe. It's got, which by that I mean it's got covering over their heads. They're not standing out in the weather. It's heated. If it's cold outside, it's air conditioned. If it's hot outside, they have a chance to buy a burger, some water, whatever, while they're waiting the extra 20 minutes or whatever for an Uber to show up. And that is just for general human respect and safety of one another. We don't want to leave people stranded on the side of the road because their vehicle got towed because someone else smacked into them. So those convenience rides we do allow, but it's not going to be across the map. It is simply to the next gas station, next sheriff station, even Walmart. You can use those stores or the clothing stores. Dave and Buster's, I think, is still in server, so you can use that. But really, anything that has an interior, let's try and be realistic with that. Other than that, I would like to thank you guys for the effort you've put in to being in the department. Oh, Mr. Crimson, you joined. I will bring you up here in a moment. It's been nice serving with all you guys. It's been fun, all the little weird interactions we've had. And for the most part, we've been doing pretty good. I haven't really had to bite down on anyone so far, which is always welcomed. And I really don't want to bite down on you guys because when that happens, people get demoted. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want demotions. So I'm going to quit burning your ears. I'm going to invite Mr. Crimson up here. He can state his opinions, his questions, any statements he has or he wants to chat about. And
Hi. Yeah, the ping did not ping me for some reason. I don't know what's up with that.
it pings everyone instead of the verified role. I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, that's just some performance bullshit you gotta deal with later. Let's see. Yo, opinions on things and broadcast that kind of stuff?
Statements, opinions, questions, whatever you got, we're here to chat about it.
Okay. So a big pet peeve I have with the department at the moment is how we train people. I get it. I really do that you want it to be realistic as all hell, but there's a point where it just becomes a damn chore.
Right.
That's why I haven't really been getting with cadets that much because I hate the HOC system. I really fucking do. I would prefer just check them to the Zancudo, train them on everything that I know, and then do ride-alongs. Not this. Oh, transport. That no, that becomes repetitive and annoying. It ruins the fun of it for me, to be honest. That's how I see it. Um, not trying to shit on your idea. That's just my opinion on it.
Right.
That's my only real pet peeve I can think of.
Right. You got any questions or anything else?
I can think of. Nope.
Okay. So, as far as the training with the HOC stuff, I guess now the way I set it up when I first took command is we had a lot of people from overseas, which I believe you and I talked about this the other day. So I came up with the self-led training system to where they just follow the steps in the channel, and then eventually they fill out the questionnaire, and then they can do the transport stuff so that they can get in game, learn our radio, learn the map, and then we would train them for patrol stuff. I haven't had a meeting with FTOs yet. I haven't had all of you on at the same time to even bother. And as I can see by making this is our second departmental meeting now, and each time only 4 people are showing up. So obviously I'm not doing something right to even get people to show up to these meetings. I'm questioning if I can get people to show up to the FTO stuff. But I was going to talk with you guys and try to figure something out because I want that channel and those steps to be implemented before you guys even train them, because we don't do interviews. The application is the interview. And what the steps for new channel is in the questionnaire is basically just it shows them how we operate, and then the questionnaire is just to show that they have the effort behind writing out reports, which is why it's a lot of writing in there. And then just the fact that they can do something we ask them to do to show a little bit of dedication. It's probably not the proper way to do it, but it was the best thing I could come up with at the time. And then when they get in game for the transport stuff, at that point, I don't care if you guys are teaching them straight on for patrol things, but they do need to understand if they're going to be a deputy. They will be starting out as deputy if you guys train them for patrol stuff, and they have to do 15 transports. So at some point or another, you have to teach them how to transport a suspect. But you can immediately train them once they finish the questionnaire for patrol stuff. I have no problem with it. It's just they're gonna have to do 15 transports as while they're a deputy, and then the rest of their stuff as deputy is just seeing how they do before they're even eligible to being promoted to a senior deputy where they can take on priorities. Deputies do not get to go on priorities, but they go to the nuisance 911 calls. If they pull over a car and it takes off from them, hopefully they lock their plate. But they're not chasing the car. They're going to radio it out to the others. And if there's a big shooting or something at a 24/7, they are the exterior perimeter. They're not up front and center until they are senior deputy. Now they can get into doing the chases, being up front and center in the shootings if needed, and things like that. Is there anything else you want to ask on that topic?
Nothing that comes to mind.
All right. So I will be making a announcement.
I do have a solution to your people not showing up to meetings, though.
I'm all for it because obviously pinging people is not helping.
Yeah. So what you can do is have monthly or bi-weekly meetings, whatever you want to do. You're the sheriff. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
And explain to everyone that if you do not attend the meeting and do not give a supervisor a reason or let someone know ahead of time that you will not be there, then you will receive a termination or whatever you want to do.
We already
So,
do that, but you get demoted. So there's going to be a lot of
okay.
demotions
I'm
coming.
glad I got it
And,
here. Right. Well, demotion for cadets is just terminating.
Pretty much. And then the
Yeah.
other thing is on that, like, we had one about a month ago. We had a monthly meeting. That was our first one because the people wanted it, and it was really disappointing because nobody showed up to it. So then I scheduled this one right away that same day of that meeting, and as we can see, still no one showed up. It might be a time issue. I do know for us here in the States, it's midday, which I do respect. People have a life, things are going on. But I can't
Yeah.
find a happier medium for our people that are overseas to attend the meeting. And I want it to be fair across the board of everyone can attend. So we're not looking at half the department of we can't attend and half the department we can, or vice versa, just because of a time
Yeah.
issue, which is why everything's recorded.
The solution that I would have to that is one is more simplistic, the other one is a bit more complex. The second one being that you have a BST meeting by some British guy, just like, all right, everybody who's British, let's come on, uh, and have that happen. But the more simple answer to that would just be someone takes down notes and then publishes them into like a channel, and everybody reads over. It's like, oh, okay, that's what he talked about. Cool.
Right, which I'm kind of conquering that second part by recording this. I'm supposed to have a Craig bot in here recording. I don't know if it's recording,
Oh,
but I have my OBS recording instead.
honestly, when it comes to bots, they're not very reliable. I mean,
No.
Wix a pain.
Yeah,
No
Wix
one
won't
likes Wix.
record for more than a minute anyways. So I brought Craig bot in here, and Craig bot was telling me he couldn't record because he couldn't see the channel. I'm like, you can see it. You recorded last time. But anyways, is that it
Yeah.
then, or do you have something else that popped up?
Nope. I'm good.
Alrighty, I will put you back down to the audience. Mr. Peterson would be kind of nice if I could bring up here, but you're at work, so I'm going to respect it. And where did it go? Here it is. So earlier today, Mr. Peterson noticed that another officer from a separate department was criticizing him for not participating in a pursuit. If this happens, guys, please get a video recording of it. Either make a ticket here in MCSO or make an IA ticket over in the main server and pertain it to their department. If you guys don't feel like participating in a pursuit, you are more than welcome to. Actually, I actually ask for that to be a thing. I don't want every deputy on server or even every officer as it is going to a pursuit. You need 4 people in a pursuit. You can handle it pretty well for that. If you happen to be coming up on another officer, they can throw spikes down, whatever. We don't need 20 people in a pursuit. That's just, I can't really say it's unrealistic because you see California do it all the time. But it's kind of frowned upon in Wisconsin. I've never seen it in Wisconsin. Maybe 4 or 5. Sometimes there's a couple more if they're changing jurisdictions from city to county. Usually the city primary stays on, the rest dip off, the county takes over. And then if it really needs to, state will step in and the counties will drop back or they're just doing different things. But if they are criticizing you guys, please don't worry about it. Make an IA ticket or let us know in a ticket, but please have video evidence if you can so we can go, okay, this is exactly what was said, what was done, and there will be punishments given out. And that also goes for you guys. Please don't be criticizing the other department. And yes, Mr. Peterson, deputies cannot, or the rank of deputy cannot participate in pursuits, but a sheriff deputy that is ranked a senior deputy or higher can. I know that's kind of a catch on language there because a sheriff deputy is a sheriff's deputy. That's the officer name, and then the rank is deputy, senior deputy, master deputy, going up the rank like that. But if you are a rank of deputy, you're not allowed to even be involved in pursuits. That is our structure. Ooh, I got a notification. Who did that? How do I see that? Oh, here it is. Downey, go! Jesus. Okay, he left. Um, so yeah, don't bother participating in the pursuits, and if they are telling you that you're supposed to, tell them you're not allowed to per the departmental rules. And again, if they're going to keep criticizing you, make a ticket somewhere so we can follow up on it. I still don't know how to get it to where you guys can raise your hands and I can go from there. So I'm just going to bring you all up here at once. If you have any final statements, you're welcome to chit chat about them. Otherwise, the meeting's pretty much done.
I'm just curious who the head of SWAT was.
Me, myself, and
If we
I.
have-
If there is not a head for a subdivision, I'm the head.
Okay, then that works. Whatever.
Because every
So how do
subdivision
I
is
join
open.
SWAT?
Just talk to me about it.
Okay. I'll talk to you after this, bro.
That's fine. And then Mr. Peterson, I can't bring you up here, so you're stuck down there. Have fun at work. Hopefully, you're making the big money today.
I don't think of anything that I'm want to speak on from the supervisor.
Right.
Aside from deputies taking civs on ride-alongs, obviously we've been over that. Don't do that. That there's only one incident of that today that I remember.
All right. Oh man, Peterson, too bad you're not making the big money. All right, so I'm looking at my calendar right now. I am looking at Saturday, March, April, June 6th as our next meeting. And I'll probably put it for 4 p.m. again, just to try and get the overseas guys to join in with us. So I will make that real quick. You guys are free to leave if you seem it necessary. And why won't it let me delete the event? Cancel the event. There we go. And create event.
Oh yeah, something I think I should probably. So one of my pastimes for what the fuck?
That's one of my
What the
phones
fuck was
going
that?
off.
Okay. Um, one of my pastimes for MCSO or in just 5 minute general, it's like to do photography. So if anyone wants to have like a profile picture made or be part of like a media thing that I'm doing, just let me know and I'll include you in it. Because the more hands on deck that I have, the better. It makes it easier for me. And I gotta go do that.
Right. And on that note, I need your guys' help on getting screenshots and stuff. I have a channel. We have MCSO photos for screenshots, and I have a channel called TikTok Offerings, and you guys make short little clips of stuff. So I can try and use that to promote the department and the server in kind of a weird roundabout way. By promoting the department, we promote the server. I'm going to try and get people to join all around, so then that way we can promote more people. Because I'm trying to build this department with the base as a pyramid, so we need a fat bottom and a skinny top. So far, we're doing good. But to start ranking people up, I need some more people coming in the bottom. Otherwise, we're going to have everybody in supervisor plus spots, nobody to supervise. I know that made 5 people leave last month or at the beginning of this month because they weren't happy with that. But there's no point in having a job when you can't do the job. So, alrighty, that is the end of this. Then Crimson, I'll meet you in supervisor chat. No recording to stop. How dare you be that way?